Good morning, my name is Rebel and I am the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing the What Sold Part 2 of last weekend's sales. This would be from September 17th through the 19th. I'm on schedule with this week. Last week I didn't even get working on it till the end of the week. It's crazy busy here. If you're new to my channel, my name really is Rebel, which is why I go by the Rebel Reseller. And I've been selling on eBay for 23 years, mostly full-time. eBay is our primary income at this point, and I'm very happy with the decision that we did this to get away from Amazon and just focus on eBay. It's been a very good year for us. So, just some technicalities to go over. When I say I've sold stuff for a set amount, it does not include the shipping. I do not offer free shipping. I just find it works for me, and I haven't had any problems with it. I think that's it. Let's go ahead and get going through. I've got a couple of big sales this weekend. It was good. It was good. All right, this first. Ooh, let me make sure I turn the recorder on. That would be bad. Yep. Okay, now we'll start. This first item is from the high bid auction that I've been trying to slowly but surely get through and show you some of the stuff we purchased. It was a very large online auction that I won 136 lots on, and it was a lot of stuffed animals and a lot of advertising type items. So this was one of the items. It is a Smucker's Uncrustable promo plush. I did end up selling it for a best offer of $18. I have pennies into these items. I can't even tell you. We're guesstimating it was probably anywhere from like 1,000 to 1,500 items. And I paid $591 for everything, which included taxes and the premium fees. All right, next item. My computer's slow. These are some denim jeans. Like I've mentioned before, we just got into selling clothing this summer, and we're getting through our profit piles slowly but surely. You know, I always try to get my stuff done first, my toys and the hard goods and stuff, and then, but I really need to. We've done really well with just the few listings that I have up. But these were Judy Blue jeans. We're paying probably $2 or less for these items. We seem to be doing a whole lot of denim jeans. My husband doesn't like taking pictures of women's dresses and shirts and stuff like that. But again, just $2 or less. I mean, we've been to places where we only pay a quarter for a pair of jeans. But I ended up taking a best offer of $20 on these. This is just an unmarked plush bear. It did, I think, have a sticker that said Japan. It was wool, about 7 inches tall, and I ended up selling it for best offer of $13. I need to move my board. I'm not going to be able to see the bottom of it. I have a little cheat sheet here. Okay, there we go. So yes, $13 for this bear. These are some dandy Snowflake teddy bears. I like when I can find the boy and the girl together. I ended up taking a best offer of $18 for the two of them. There are collectors out there that like to buy all the years of these. This is an Animal Alley monkey plush. I just thought it was very cute and very unique when I listed it, and I ended up selling it for the $15.25. This is Gorham Ariana covered dish. My husband bought a bunch of dishes at an estate sale a few weeks ago for $75. We are already way into the profit on these, and just the first 3 cereal bowls almost got us back the $75. And now we've sold plates and butter dish, and then this covered dish we did sell for $22.45. This is Oneida Bancroft Flatware. I did buy a whole bag of these. I think it was a 12-piece place setting, and then I divided it all up into lots of 4 of each utensil. So these were the salad forks, and I ended up selling them for the $26.95. This is a Lara Ashley Lamb Lovey. I picked it up somewhere along the way. I buy so much stuff I don't always remember. It may have been at a consignment sale, so I probably paid $2 or $3 for it. But I ended up selling it for $14.36. This is, I almost didn't list it because it just seemed like it wasn't a very good quality, but because it had the saints on the front of it, I went ahead and listed it, and I ended up taking a best offer of $7 for it. This is a rabbit by Main Joy Limited. Somewhere along the way, I think that may have been like a Walmart brand. I don't know for a fact, but it just seems like there's M2I International and Dandy International, and sometimes I just wonder if they were all, or Kmart or something like that. But this was a white rabbit, and I did sell it for $13.45. I always pick those brands up. To me, I think they're vintage, and I just like to buy vintage. This is Aegon's Heritage Collection Platypus. I buy Platypus all the time, and they sell very well. And I ended up selling this one for $26.95. Again, I've said this before, very unique animals, birds, snakes, reptiles, any of that seem to do better than just normal looking bears and rabbits and stuff like that. This is a cat plush that's like a purse. I usually pick them up. I don't think this one had a brand. I looked at this earlier today. I never use the word plushies, so I'm not quite sure where that came from. But I looked at my pictures and I didn't see anything that says plushies. So I don't know. But anyway, I did sell this for $17.95. I am still selling curriculum. I think this was one of the lots that I picked up at a local thrift store. I paid $30 or $35 for a large pile of them. Some I had to throw away because even though we checked them while we were in the store, they ended up having writing in them. And if I can't erase it, and if it's more than just a few pages, then I usually just discard it. But I ended up taking a best offer on this of $30 for this set. This is a Christmas stocking I picked up. I buy a lot of Christmas stockings, but I have found the ones that are like Tigger and, dog breed specific, things that are unique like that, they tend to do better than just, a normal stocking. But I do pick up stockings all the time, especially vintage knit ones. And I try to list them for about $10, and I usually sell them throughout the Christmas season. But I ended up selling this stocking for a best offer of $18. This is from my high bid auction again. This is a Curious George. I listed it and sold it the same week for best offer of $8. I think I sent out an offer on this. Somebody started watching it immediately. I am having really good luck with sending out offers. And it never fails. I'll go through a list. I usually, any morning I can have anywhere from 30 to 70 items that eBay's showing that I can make offers on. And by the time I get through the whole list, I usually have sold 1 or 2 items. And then throughout the day, I may sell a few more. So if you're not using that, try it. And usually, like with this one, it was on sale for $8.96, and I just took it down to $8. A lot of times, if it's $17, if it's been listed a while, I'll send out $15 or something like that. And I think people just like thinking they got a better bargain. But, so that was $8, best offer. This is just a coffee cup I picked up. I like to pick up things that are unique. This one said from the old pottery company, so I picked it up. It was probably $1 at an estate sale, and I ended up selling it for the $8.96. Again, it was probably sold in the week that I bought it. I need to deal with my computer. For some reason, it's saying it's about to die. All right, this next item is, again, some more of the Gorham Ariana dishes that we've been selling. This was the covered butter dish, and I ended up selling it for best offer of $12. This next item is a Fiesta Santa Claus plush. Again, this one's been listed a while, and this is an example of me just taking the first reasonable offer because it was large, it's taken up space, and you know, I can't make money if it's just going to sit in a tote. So I ended up selling this item for $11.66. This is one of the first shirts I listed when we started doing clothing this summer, and I did sell it for $14.11. And again, we're only paying a couple of bucks or less for things. A whole lot cheaper than buying them in the thrift stores. I don't know what we'll do when yard sales and stuff are over. It may be just a bin thing for us from that point on. This is a Winnie the Pooh plush. I think I featured this probably on my last haul video. Picked it up at a yard sale, probably 50 cents or so. Listed it and sold it the same day for the $10.95. This next item is a Jeff Dunham peanut plush. My kids loved that. I've got some more stuff I need to list that was theirs, but I ended up selling him for best offer of $18. Pick up, again, character toys in general. Check the comps because not everything is created equal, but usually if you find unique stuff like Peanut, then definitely get it listed. Here's a story. This is a Hasbro Lock Link Snap Fashion. This is no lie. About 15 years ago, I went to a large auction. It was in a town that I used to live in, and it was one of those you bought the little card and you bid on lots, and I won a lot there. A lot, and I've sold all of it. I think this was the last item. And I noticed on one of my recent inventories or something, I noticed that this had no longer been listed. So I don't know how long it had been unlisted, but I went ahead and got it listed again, and I ended up taking a best offer of $6 on it just to be gone. I bought hundreds of items that day, and I made thousands of dollars, but this was the last of the jewels, but I just wanted it gone. This is a Walmart dog plush. Has a cute little pink nose. I think I bought this very recently also and sold it for $11.66. I picked all of these up at an estate sale, and I usually buy these and I accumulate them so that I can make small lots. These are the Mega Blocks people that go with the more chunky vehicles and blocks and stuff. I don't normally buy the blocks, but I do pick up these people and vehicles. But I got all of these at one place. I think I paid $1 for all of it, and I ended up selling it for the $22.45. This is a Hallmark Gorilla plush. Just an example of, you know, a brand that I will pick up and I do talk about from time to time. And I did sell this gorilla for $9.86. This is a little cloth Santa Claus. I think I bought a bag of Christmas ornaments, and he was one of the ones in there. He's been listed a little while, but I ended up selling him for best offer of $8. This is Wowie plush. These are little animated type. They make sounds. Now, I featured recently in one of my other hauls this black and white cat that I found that I could find nothing on, and I sold it pretty high for, I want to say like $55 or so. But no, the tigers and the bears and stuff are the normals that you will find from time to time. These are the babies, and they make a baby crying sound. And I ended up selling this for the $15.25. I can pick these up at yard sales when I see them for probably $1 or so. This is, again, just another rabbit that I sold. I don't even think it has a tag or, oh yeah, maybe it does right here. Dream. Never heard of it. But it was cute. It was very dark brown with the pink ears. So I picked it up and ended up selling it for best offer of $10. So even Easter is selling in September. This is from my high bid auction again. This was a little Texas Roadhouse Andy armadillo. Listed it, sold it the same week. I think I took a best offer of, yeah, $7.75. Now I saw a plush, a larger plush of this character that had sold, I want to say it was in the $40. So keep your eyes out, especially for like restaurant type plush. That auction was full of this type of stuff. I've sold Red Robin and Shoney's and just all kinds of these restaurant items. This is a Care Bears Lovey. Picked it up, I think, at a yard sale, probably $1 or less. It was unused, but again, I marked my stuff used because I don't want anybody finding one little spot or anything. It's just not worth it. But I ended up selling him for best offer of $15. There was only a pink one listed, so I just kind of had to go with my gut on what price I was going to list it at. This is another example of a brass eagle that I did just sell. I ended up taking a best offer of $20 for it. The brass is still selling, and I've still got a whole bunch to list. This is more dollhouse from Fisher-Price Loving Family. This was the bathroom set. I bought a lot earlier where it was a house and a bunch of the furniture and people for $25, and I ended up selling this for $18.50. These are some Chaco sandals that I picked up at a yard sale this past weekend, I believe, and I went ahead and listed it right away. They really didn't look this dusty dirty. I wiped them down. I just think it's the glare from my thing because it just seemed dirtier in the pictures. But I did learn something. I did pay $5. I took a best offer, but the person had sent me a picture wanting to see the back number on the back heel. And I didn't know this, but along with the size on the back of the heel is a dot or a dash. I learned something. I guess the dot means medium width and the dash means wide width. So once I told her that it was a dot, she went ahead and purchased them right away. I'll learn. This is another Lovey that I picked up recently. I think I paid $2 at a consignment sale. It may have been with some others in a bag though, and I sold it for the $13.45. I think my camera's hiding the rest. I bought a box of cross-stitch stuff, and along with that was these pattern leaflets. All they are the books that explain how to do what threads, colored threads you need, and how to make these different things. And I went ahead and listed this kind of a little bit high because this Barbara and Cheryl seemed to be a very popular one. And I ended up selling these for best offer of $28. I paid $20 for the box. I've already sold a couple of the cross stitch, so we're way into the profit on it. But there was a whole bunch of other stuff, knitting needles and all kinds of stuff in the bottom of the box. I think I'm just going to bag all of that and go put it in my booth. This is Rush Shining Stars. They did come with a code. So again, it's kind of like the Webkins. I went ahead and put in my description that there is no code. I hadn't had the pink little bear before. I thought it was really cute. But just another example of things that I sell, and I did sell him for that $8.96. This, somewhere along the way, I picked up 2 of these at a yard sale or at the bins. Listed them together, and I try a lot of times if I'm listing stuff and I think I might have that, I'll go look in my store, because this is an example why. This person wanted to buy, this is her grandchild's favorite plush, and she realized I had 2, so she's buying the second one also as a backup to this one. So, you know, it was an easy, quick $16.10 sale for 2 plush that I'm sure I probably got at the bins for a quarter or less each. This is just another Boyd's bear. It is one of the, it's called a peeker. They're usually inside of something else. I had to wash it a couple of times because it did have some just discoloration on the back. But I ended up selling it for the $13.45. Now these next 2 are my big sales for the weekend. I talked about these in my recent haul. I bought a bunch of LOL dolls, 2 lots of them at a consignment sale. I paid $15 for like a gallon size bag, and then I paid $30 for a huge bag of them. Now I'm a little disappointed in the seller of this item, because when I opened it up and started going through the dolls, probably 10 of them had been chewed beyond reckoning. Their hands and their feet were all gone. There were quite a few heads without bodies. So I just decided, instead of bothering trying to sell all the different things, or even in small lots, I just did an auction this weekend. I did start the auction at $99 because I figured I had already spent $45 on it. I was laying everything out nice and neat, and I realized I was not going to have enough space. So I did leave some of the like bottles that they come with. There's a huge gallon baggie of them. But I did state in here, you know, it's a lot of accessories. It was 50 some dolls, not as many as I had hoped there was going to be, but I'm thrilled. I ended up selling the whole lot for $112.50, and they paid immediately, and it was on its way Monday. And then this is my big sale for the week. This is one of the dolls that I picked up at an estate sale recently. She was sitting on another toy that went with another doll. So I bought the 3 dolls with the toys, and one of the dolls actually had her original box for $5 each. So $15 for all 3 of them. I already sold the Tubsy doll. I think I showed her either this one or the earlier this week's what sold. I sold her for $35. I had a whole lot of interest in this doll. And sadly, kinda, there were 2 people from Australia who wanted this doll, but right now USPS is not shipping, and I guess they didn't want to go through global shipping because of the extra fees. And then one lady had sent me a message saying, you know, she was sad because she couldn't buy it. And then she sent me another message, but in the meantime, before she sent me the second message, she was going to go ahead and buy it and then just wait, have me hold it until the shipping problems were over with Australia. But before she did, somebody bought it at the $134.96. This doll was so cute. When you moved her head, her eyes moved. It was just the cutest doll, and that was her original outfit and her original shoes. And she had just a couple of spots on her dress, but I just decided I wasn't even going to wash the dress, because a lot of times with these vintage clothes, I don't know what I'm doing. So if I had washed it, more than likely some of the seams would have started lots of little threads off of it. So I leave my vintage doll stuff like that to people who know what they're doing, and they'll buy it. And I just stayed in there that, you know, I'm leaving all cleaning to the buyer. But I was thrilled. Now, I didn't really have any Facebook sales worth showing you, you know, a couple of low dollar stuff that I'm just wanting to get rid of. But I did have one bonanza sale. And this was a little Nintendo dog plush. It's been listed a while. I don't even remember how long. But again, that's the good thing about bonanza. You know, It's out there, and when it sells, they remove it from eBay. And the only thing I got to do is make sure if it's listed on Facebook that I remove it. But I did end up selling him for $11.66. All right, I think that's it. I am going to actually try to get a couple more videos made today, later, 1 or 2 hauls. I'm getting behind. I'm trying to get stuff listed as quickly as I can, and I'm being pulled in all kinds of directions. But that's a good problem to have this time of year. And I'm so looking forward to fourth quarter getting here and going on a little mini vacation right at the beginning, just to kind of decompress, do some sourcing, and not worry about all the other stuff.